Hey guys, I want to be respectful to you. So are you going to be playing and doing some announcing and stuff?
Yeah, just a little bit. We've got a benefit for
Michelle had told me yes for addiction. I just wanted to make sure I was not interfering at all. So
yeah, as soon as I can get plugged in here, I'll probably fire.
Setup is always worse than the actual.
Yeah,
and it always takes a lot longer to set up than it does for the actual event. So I just wanted to make sure I was out of the way, so I wasn't being. Wouldn't be much of a message if I didn't care about other people, you know. So are you guys all part of the same group then?
Yep.
What's
your name?
I'm Todd.
Todd, Mark Walkman.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
Mark.
to meet
And
you
you are?
too. Paul Schmidt. Good to meet
Paul,
you,
nice
Todd.
to meet you. And you are?
Tony.
Can I shake your hand? Nice to meet you, Tony.
Yeah.
You guys, so Michelle was saying that in the years past that you were raising money to try to get scholarship money for people who want to do chemical dependency counseling.
And what we're going to start doing now is start raising money for people that are actually in early recovery.
That's awesome. That is such a need around
so
here.
It goes right back. Right back.
Got a lot of recovering addicts in the group.
Well, pretty much everybody that will be down here today will be everybody.
Wow.
Everybody, you know. And you know, usually in years past we always had like 150. I think a couple of years maybe close to 200 people. This year, because we're restructuring everything, you know, we're hoping that we get 50 to 75. Still a good group of people.
That's especially you know as word of mouth spreads and you have the opportunity to tell people about it.
You know,
it's much needed in this area in Minnesota. I experienced
it's all needed all over, really. You know, and here's the thing: it's 2018 coming on to 2019, and unfortunately, you know, alcoholism and drug addiction is still a stigma.
Yeah.
But if you have the, let's say you have HIV or AIDS, you know, then everybody's there to help you.
Yeah, my dad was an alcoholic for quite a few years, and he got sober, and he was sober for 22 years. So I have a
little understanding.
I have an understanding. I've seen the worst that chemical dependency can do, and I've also seen the best that can happen.
Absolutely.
Afterwards. So
that's,
you guys are going to be taking donations?
Absolutely.
Can I give you a little something now?
Certainly. You bet.
If I can get my wallet out.
I'm a musician, so don't give it to me. I'll keep it.
Well, at least we know you won't use it or drink it up, right?
That's right. Not right.
It's not a lot, but
hey, if you want something to eat or whatever,
I appreciate it. I'm on that new keto diet, so I have to watch my carbs.
I've been doing isogenics, and I lost, well, in the first 2 months I lost 40 pounds.
Oh, good for you.
So
you don't look like you had that much to lose.
Oh, trust
I'm kind of
me.
embarrassed.
No.
Last night I ate ice cream, popcorn, and chips for supper.
End of January I was.
Because you're a musician.
Like 240 pounds.
Wow.
So, you know, and I've kind of slipped here in a little bit, but we'll get back on.
Well, if there's ever anything you guys need, by way of, let me know.
So
I
is
can.
This what you do? You just kind of go around and you're the messenger.
I live in Spring Valley. The church that I'm part of is in Stewartville.
Okay.
I don't do it just here. The last few weekends that I've had free, I've been here on Saturdays for a couple hours at least. Just because there's so many people here.
Just layman?
Yeah, well studied. I'm kind of a theology and doctrine guy. I do a lot of it on my own, but I've never been to seminary. I started seminary and haven't had a chance.
You're not per se a preacher, you're a messenger.
Yeah, I'm a missionary.
Okay.
So the group.
Is that, you go to other countries then too?
No, I'm a regional missionary. So my work is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so your outreach is like right around
southeast and northeast Minnesota, southeast Iowa, and northeast, southeast Minnesota and northeast Iowa, and inland and the La Crosse area a little bit.
Okay.
So I do a lot of my stuff in the fall is campus work. I will go to college campuses and I do a little bit of what we call open air preaching.
Non-denominational?
Our church would fall more in line with Baptists, but we're Reformed, but we don't belong to a denomination itself.
You ever heard of Via de Cristo?
Well, I know it means way of Christ,
yep.
But I'm not familiar with it.
Via de Cristo, what's the other? That's basically. I mean, if you look that up, I'm pretty involved with that. We do outreach and bringing people closer to the place. Like we do stuff like twice a year I'd say within a 200-mile radius.
Oh, so you guys kind of have the same thing.
Yeah, it's more of a retreat.
Oh,
Retreat
alrighty.
weekend. One weekend for the men, one for the women, and sometimes they do a co-ed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be involved. You know, and when it comes to recovery, I mean, you don't have a higher power, you can't SOL.
Yeah, my dad talked about that a lot with AA, and we were fortunate that our church was really supportive when he went into treatment and got out.
Well, and in this day and age, I think one of the problems is people aren't brought up the same way we were. Because there's more people that don't have a clue what a God is, or even a higher power as far as that goes.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time denying him.
Well, why would any person that is supposed to be so great do this stuff to us? And they don't want to find their part in any of it.
I have those exact conversations on college campuses a lot.
Absolutely. Why would he make me go through all this stuff if he's so great?
Yep.
Does he make you? Does he make you go through all this stuff? Or is it because we're born in free will?
And that sin nature that just rests on us and just eats away at our lives. That's a conversation I have with people all the time. Like, so it's like you don't understand. God doesn't make these things happen to you. God allows the consequences of your sin to come into your life, and then He points you to Christ and says, "Turn to Christ."
Well, and sometimes when bad things happen to good people, my brother and his wife both got killed instantly in a head-on motorcycle accident. And I covered him up on the road after that happened.
Oh, you were there?
I was there.
Oh.
And as was my wife at that time and my daughter. If by all states, the worst day of my life.
Oh,
But the flip side of it is, if I wouldn't have had a God in my life, I would have never ever made it through it and stayed clean and sober.
My dad was killed in a work accident a little over a year after I first got saved. I was saved in 2004, and in July of 2005 he was killed over in Wisconsin in a work accident, and that drove me to the Word in ways that I could have never imagined.
Oh, absolutely. We become better because it happened versus bitter because it did.
And that's where I don't like to use the phraseology "fell in love with," but I became enamored with Romans 8:28, for all things work to the good of those who are the called according to it, who love God and are the called according to His purposes. And I'm like, you looked at me day after my dad was killed and asked, okay, how, Todd, is this working to your good because you love God? I wouldn't have been able to answer, but I look back now.
I just had a good buddy that died from cancer a couple weeks ago, and the scripture that I read for that service was Romans 8:31 to 35 and 37 and 39. Just good stuff. That's all there is to it. I gotta get rolling.
Yeah, can I leave you with $1 million bill? I love these things. If you know somebody that needs a message after you read it, pass it on to somebody else. And thanks for talking with me.
You bet.
Thanks for the offer of the food.
Okay.
That's for you.
Yeah, nice.
I know.
If you want to lay it right there, that's perfect.
You guys have a good day. Thanks you so much. I will vacate so you guys can have.
All right.